Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura, and here we are working on the Serpent King from Dungeons and Lasers. I almost said Dungeons and Dragons. Um, so yeah, I did a lot of work over the weekend trying to make these look kind of shiny and like figuring out what extent I was gonna do the rest. So I feel like I got that pretty well nailed down. I could definitely go higher in the highlights, but for now, I'm going to focus on getting the rest of the scales painted, um, and just the rest of the mini painted in general, and then I'll go back if I have time before this weekend to bring those highlights up more. Need to revive my paint mixes. Actually, I'd mixed them up yesterday morning and then ended up not actually getting a chance to paint yesterday. It's kind of a busy weekend. So all the painting I got done on the scales was pretty much on Friday. Just adding a little bit of water, brush full, to help revive, get them back to the consistency that I want. This is a glaze just to help make sure things are all blended together. Did that on the front to kind of help make it a little bit more cohesive. I could still bring this up a little bit more. So it's moving away from that olive green. Yeah, so these are my colors. That jungle moss is in this mix, and then I kind of oh, sorry, I think my husband just came home. Anyway, so I took brushfuls of this and kind of it slowly went over. So we still have that mixed in along the way, and then marine teal is what brings this up, and then I kept this and these two so that still stayed blue-green, more bluish. And Phantom Glow is what I used to make that lighter. And a little bit of pure white. So here we go. So this color, I'm using that darkest color that I showed that has that jungle moss mixed in. On this side, I had not gotten that color on at all. Definitely getting excited for this weekend. So I know for some of you, you're thinking ReaperCon, and that is not what I am doing this weekend. Even though I know that that is the same same dates. I know that's this weekend. However, it's kind of difficult right now for me to be doing traveling that far with having a toddler. And we just bought a house last year, so and also this year we changed dates for our TTRPG weekend for our church. So that is this weekend. Whoops. I'm on the planning team for it, and so there's just kind of in the home stretch now, just a few things to get now that we have registration closed for signing up for specific game sessions. We can start making plugging and playing, so to speak, that info in like the schedule, like making schedule printouts and signs and stuff. It's at our church, so there's always a possibility of other things happening, so it's good to have signs. That way people who are there for the tabletop games to know they are in the right place, and for other people to know that there's stuff happening in there, that the rooms are reserved. And I'm hoping there's not too much that comes up for me outside of my normal schedule. I do have some extra things that I have to do that I already knew about. But they're just in the morning, which is not when I typically paint anyway. Does eat into time for chores. But, you know, I'm really good about sticking on top of chores, so it's not gonna hurt if maybe one week I'm not as on top of getting them done. And I can always ask my husband if he thinks he would be able to do anything to help. Normally I don't. Normally he doesn't have to do much. So I normally get everything done. So I'm sure he wouldn't mind this 1 week having to help out a little extra. As long as I don't wait till the last minute to ask him. I'll probably leave this as it is because it is going to be, I am going to be painting it as dead skin. There's usually not much pigment, actually. I've got that there just as like really quick wet painting. You can kind of see here, maybe, yeah. I started even like just doing some of the diamond scale patterns. If I have time, I'll do all that all the way down it, just so that there's the faint pattern there, but I don't know that I'll have time to do that. And I think it'll still look pretty cool even without it. Are there any of you watching who are going to ReaperCon this weekend? Realized that I'd forgotten to paint this one. This little bit of the tail. Now this is still kind of just like a mid-tone color, mid-tone slash highlight. So, but I'm gonna be focusing on the tops of the scales, or basically where the scales that will have the most direct light. The scales that will be getting the shiny treatment. Doing some dot, just kind of some little dots here on the inside. That's probably the highest I'll go with the colors there. This is a lot of scale, so probably not going to get to the point where I'll highlight all the way up. Not on stream anyway. I try to explain what I'm doing and kind of teach a little bit while I'm on stream. But my main focus is kind of getting the minis painted. So I don't necessarily wait to paint the mini for only on stream. So if you are looking for some like tutorials, there we go. My Patreon would probably be the best place to go to. I do not yet have a video on there yet of scales. I still need to write up the PDF for this month. I have that on my to-do list for tonight. And this month's topic was tusks and nails. The tusks slash teeth, I mean, they're pretty similar. So I already did the video for that earlier this month. So for the top 2 tiers, you get that video along with some other perks. The lowest tier just gets the PDF. So, I mean, you can see what the topic is of the videos, even though you can't watch them. And so, in a way, that kind of gives you an idea. You at least get a sneak peek into what this month's PDF is going to be, even if you're on the lower tier, because you get to see what the video was, the title. So yeah. If snake scales is something you would like a full tutorial on sooner than later, feel free to let me know. Whether you can speak up here in chat or comment on the video, on this video and my YouTube when I get it uploaded, or even DM me on one of the social medias that you can find me on. I do have some other minis. They're like this snake folk for D&D. I think in D&D they're called like Nagendra or something. So I've got some other minis that I could do a tutorial on. Quite often I end up just looking at the mini that I have on my desk and seeing if there's something that I have not yet painted on that I could do a tutorial on if I haven't done one yet on it. Well, I am always willing to take requests. No guarantees that I already have an idea of how I would paint certain things, depending on what the requests are. If you get into the realm of like super specific requests, then there's a pretty good chance that I might not have done it. But something general like snake scales. That's not so. That's not quite as unlikely for me to have painted. I mean, I have not. There might still be some things that are general like that that I haven't painted. I've only been painting for 4 years now. Well, 4 years ago, I was doing the base coat wash method. And that was more of like, I just didn't know. I saw right away that it was not turning out great results doing that. It's okay. It's an okay method if you gotta get a lot of stuff done. Same as like, if you use speed paints for that same reason. It's a good way to get a lot painted. But I am more of an artist. I like things to look nice. And so it was bothering me that they just didn't look as clean. Thankfully, nowadays, there's lots of artists on Twitch and YouTube showing how to paint minis or joining Patreons too. And it's not terribly expensive either. I've got a mini painter that I follow on Patreon. I think I'm on her second highest tier. And it's not bad. Um, and I try to make my tiers not too expensive either. My highest tier is $15, but I'm also with that, there's also included a 25% discount on commissions from me. So there's kind of a reason it's $15. And I also have a limit on how many people who can sign up for that. I think maybe I capped it at 10. or something like that. What are we doing in time? Okay, let's start playing around with some highlights. Make sure I'm on camera. Looks like there's a little too much. A little too much liquid in that. There we go. That might still be a little too much. And there's that next step up. You can see a pretty big difference now between here and here. And I'm just going over a second time with this same first highlight color. I did the same thing on these parts too. Okay. Got a little bit of time left. I can get another highlight, at least on part of this side. So the next color up, second from my highest, that highest highlight color. I'm gonna really start focusing in even more on the areas, the scales that are gonna get direct shine, which is kind of easy to tell with the light and wet paint. You can see that. We'll put it straight top down. You can see these no longer are getting that direct light. And even quite a bit of this second one doesn't as much because this hangs out. You can kind of see hangs out quite a bit. So this be mainly right here that's gonna get, because yeah, most of the rest of this is gonna be out of direct light. I might stylistically just do some tiny bits, tiny touches of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now while I am thinking about it. So right here, where it's just barely on the edge of, you can kind of see it now, where it could possibly be getting a little bit of that direct light. That's where I'm gonna do some touches here on these. Okay. I think I'll try and quick do at least one layer of this second highest highlight over here. All right, we're getting pretty good. Got just one more highlight, and then, I mean, you can kind of already see that it's not too far off from being like the other side. Then once I have that done, I guess there's technically here. Let me quick do some work on this section of the tail over here that I keep forgetting. It's mostly in shadow anyway, so I can kind of get away with not having brought that up as much. All right, well, we're gonna stop there for today. I think we got pretty good, almost to the highlight all the way up. Starting to look kind of shiny. From see the shadows from this side, and you slowly get to the more shiny side. Yeah. So again, I mentioned my Patreon. There's 3 tiers. Lowest tier is, I believe, $4.99 a month, and that will get you the PDF on the monthly PDF on the monthly topic. This month was tusks, nails, and teeth, essentially. I need to get that written up, so that'll get uploaded tonight, most likely, assuming I get that done. And yeah, and then second tier is $9.99, which gets you the PDF, the video, some shout outs, other things as well. And then I mentioned my top tier, which is $15 a month, and that gets you again all of the previous things on the other tiers, plus that 25% discount on commissions from me. And that's for as long as you have that tier, you have access to that discount. I do reserve the right to say, like, I'm not taking commissions, whether or not I'm taking commissions, but if I am taking commissions and you commission something from me, you get that discount. So figure I should say that. Anyway, I will see you all Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. Central, and we'll see. I don't know if there are gonna be very many of y'all, if you're gonna be going out to ReaperCon, because I guess that'll be getting going. But even though I have my own tabletop weekend thing this weekend, I am still planning to do my Thursday night stream. Hopefully I have a lot more done on this guy. Hopefully it's just maybe a base coat, or at least, working on hopefully there's not any more white. That's the hope. All right. We'll see you Thursday. Hopefully. Bye.